Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another giggly episode of Bandwidth and Banter. the green-haired goblin can't help herself. What's you up to, Druid? What's got you giggles? I know what it is. It's our guest because they're pretty amazing. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. Speaking of amazing people, we had an amazing person on Bandwidth and Banter last week.
Yes.
Quinlan was fantastic. Oh my God, such a sweet lady, such a wonderful human being, so joyful and honest, and very cool. Guys, be sure to go check it out if you missed it on the YouTubes. But okay, tonight we're very lucky to have an incredible person on the show. Fantastic sense of humor. He'll have you in stitches. He's also very smart, from what I can tell, just listening to him. So
I might be in love.
I'm looking forward to taking on this particular Bond person. Let's have him on the show. The wonderful double0fasho. Let's do this. Here he is. Please, sir, reintroduce yourself and share a little bit about your stream.
Hey everybody, I'm double0fasho, variety streamer, professional wedding photographer, voice actor, podcast personality. I do many things. I mean, I do voices, noises, sounds, music, singing. I am a wedding photographer and a professional photographer for the last over 2 decades. Gaming forever, all of my life. I would say like my streams are pretty crazy only because we play a lot of RPGs and I'm very immersed in it, and so I talk a lot of crap. And especially if I know you're trying to treat me wrong and I can kill you, I'm probably going to do that. Well, I'm just saying, we've been playing Avowed, and there's just a scene in there that still boils my blood, where this lady was talking crap to me, and I just put her to ashes. Whatever, spread it over the wind. Anyways, but most of my streams are just high energy. We play a lot of music, and I do a lot of song requests. Not personally to sing, because I only sing to my lady, so don't be asking me nothing. Okay. I'll sing. I don't care. Fuck. Not to y'all. But no, I play all kinds of games, from RPGs to FPS. It just depends on like who I'm playing with most of the time. But I play just about everything. A lot of people say that I have all the games, which I don't. But
yes,
yeah. Unless you guys want to gift them to me, it's out there. But I'm willing to play anything. I do a lot of reviews, gaming, first impressions, reactions. It's just I've always wanted to be a variety show, and so that's just what I do. Like, I don't really know. Like, even if I plan something, I'll change my mind. And so, if anything, I would just say I'm a squirrel. Pretty much, I am. You know what I mean? That's just like on Marvel Rivals, I play Squirrel Girl, and I think it matches my personality. Just like squirrel, So yeah, I would say that's the best I could give in a small synopsis. Otherwise, I mean, whatever my About Me page says, it's pretty true. I can't do abbreviations or acronyms because I'm not that cool, and I feel like I'm really old now. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm just saying, I barely know. I think I learned. My lady was telling me that she just learned IRL like last week, and I was like, I barely learned that 3 years ago. Like people like shaking my head. I was like, for what?
Right on.
Why is shake my head so popular?
I digress.
Yeah. It's not.
So yeah, there's just, I mean, it's hard to explain everything because I feel like it's so multifaceted that you can't always feel a certain way at certain times. So it just happens to be
for sure. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Easily distracted. Shut up, Kieran.
All right. Well, let's kick this off then with a bang here. This is going to be tough for you, I think. This is probably the hardest question of the show for you. Please share a boring fact about yourself.
Boring? I can lift weights, I guess. That would probably be boring.
Beautiful.
I think that's probably
Some people wouldn't find that boring.
I can't even ask my lady. I was like, what do you find boring about me? I don't know if she'd have an answer. Looking around my room for something boring. Nope. Funko Pops, Pokemon cards. I have a Canon printer. Is that boring enough?
That'll do. Yeah. I haven't seen a Canon printer in a while. Nice.
I was like, I have that. Yeah, no, that's it. I was like, I think that's boring enough. Canon
That
printer.
works.
You guys are gonna watch me slowly fall in love throughout this entire interview. Just saying.
I like bourbon, but that's not boring at all. You know, a little plug.
How did you pick your Twitch name, and what was the inspiration?
Oh, I don't know if I can talk about this on Twitch.
Then don't worry about it.
Well, it's so back when I started doing Twitch, I think it was 2019, 2020. One of my friends, she was like, "Oh, you should play games and you should be on Twitch because." And mind you, I met her in a Facebook group from playing Monster Hunter, and she's like, "You're funny. You should do your Arnold impression and just like try it out, see if you like it." And I was like, "I mean, I'm on Twitch, but it was like just in TV at the time." And so like me and my brother, we do weird like alliterations or we'll do wordplay. And so my original name was 00, and we'll just say black in Spanish. And so, but the thing is, we use your kneecap and, the ability to grow height. Anyways, so when I had that as my original name and I would go into chats because I was really interested just to like get to know people and this and that, and I type really fast. I learned what trolling was because of that, because people thought I was trolling with my name. And so, there's like, oh, you're trolling me, ban. So I was getting banned from chats. And I couldn't understand why. I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's just a name. And in my age group, everyone who's the same age was like, oh no, that's clever as fuck. Like it's cool, whatever. But everyone who's younger or even in that middle ground of, a certain mindset or whatever. And I was like, okay, fair. So we went and talked, had a conversation with some of my closest friends, and we're just like, okay, if we're talking about branding, then you have to come up with something that still retains some of your value of what you feel, but it has to be something that can be sold as, as a brand, as a person, as an entity. And so I was just like, well, shit, I say for show all the time. And I just sat back there and I was like, shit, 00fasho. And I was like,
That's
there we go.
Up. You know what I mean?
Good.
And so I had to double check and make sure that it was available. And as soon as it was available, I was like, all right, well, that's going to be me. And I was like, you know what? I understand the lesson in it, because if we're talking about a public, just like a public format or just a public space, like you have to be a certain way or a certain value. You know what I mean? You can't just do stupid stuff. Hence why, like when I see people's certain names, I'm just like, you want to be a content creator for the longevity, like that name's not going to fly. Like, I'm sorry. It's kind of just like names in schools. If it's hard to pronounce, hard to say, hard to look at, or if it always has a question on it, then it's not going to be something that companies want to market.
Yeah.
And so it put me into a space of like, okay, well, if I want people to actually know me, then I have to make sure that it appeals to all and not like putting me in a box to just some. So that's the way I looked at it, at least, because it's like, I want people to like me, but I just learned what trolling is, and that doesn't sound so great. It's like, I guess I know what trolling is now, but I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to figure that out and just navigate, because I mean, I had graphics and all kinds of stuff, and like I said, people my age were just like laughing about it, but no, that didn't stick with everybody else. So I was like, all right, well, let's make some changes for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your name, why the 00 part?
Oh, because I mean, I think one of my favorite games growing up, even though I grew up on like Atari and Nintendo and stuff like that, like I loved at that time 007, GoldenEye, and if it's like probably one of the best split screen co-op games that I played, aside from like Perfect Dark, which is another love of mine, and I hope they remake that game to some extent. But looking back at it now, the game was terrible. But at that time, it was just like, that's the game that we played all the time, 24/7. And I mean, we grew up watching Pierce Brosnan play 007, and it was just one of those movies where like, I'm always going to be entertained. And I always felt like, okay, well, if I want to be a secret agent and always be entertaining, I was like, I got to be Pierce Brosnan. I mean, I'm not as sexy or tall, but it's cool. And I was like, I got locks, you know what I'm saying? I got a cool ass mustache and beard. I got a nice jawline, you know what I mean? I was like, and I look good in a suit. So let's just put it that way. I was gonna put a suit and take a picture and do all that stuff. I was like, nah, this is for outside world. I can't let y'all be seeing this hotness. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop. I gotta retain some value.
Yeah.
That's why I keep it from here to here. I'm like, y'all can't see what I'm packing. Come on now, stop.
I get it now. 00fasho.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
She don't get jealous. She be like, well, you showing all my goods? So I'm like, yo, shh. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
All right. So next question. Tell
Okay.
us, this is going to be a little bit tougher for you because we chatted with you before the show and know that you haven't played it before, but I'm sure you've played some video games that gave you an idea of it. What Dungeons and Dragons class would you consider yourself to be IRL?
You mean to be or want to be? Because there's two different things. Because most games that have to do with Dungeons and Dragons, there's always a class that I want to be. Period. Like I've played Diablo, I've played some of Baldur's Gate, I've played Avowed, some of it. I've played any dark fantasy, and usually it's like Necromancer is what I want to play.
Okay, interesting. So
Only because
give
I
us the answer
solo.
for both then.
We will accept both answers.
So if I could play a class, it would be Necromancer, but it's hard because I'm not squishy. You know what I mean? So it would have to be utility for me personally. Like Necromancy would have to be utility if I just playing a solo dungeons by myself. But if it came to it, then most likely I'd probably pick a drow. I like the whole dark elf type looking thing, you know what I mean? Where it's just like we're in the underworld, underling kind of thing, but it's like misunderstood but yet stern, not showing a whole bunch of emotion, but like if you really need to count on somebody, like, oh, he kicking some ass for sure. Like, you ain't got to worry about that. But then, of course, it'd either be like, warrior berserker or something like that. It's more of just like either taking the hit for the team or pushing. So I would say that. But otherwise, game-wise, I always pick a necromancer.
Right on.
Because usually I solo anyways, and I can't find people who want to be nerdy like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the biggest nerd, but when it comes to like magic and stuff, I'm like, yo, let's go in there, minions, bring up the dead, take bodies. You know what I mean? Let's go.
That's cool.
Like, especially if someone goes, I play Necromancer too, and I'm like, yo, we're taking it over. Let's go. Just saying. It just seems like a fun thing to do. Like, I always want to do magic. I just don't like the squishy aspect. I mean, even playing Elden Ring, I wanted to play like a magic build, but it's always just too, it's not versatile enough for me because I need agility, I need some dexterity. And so usually I just play a samurai class. And then, of course, I just make myself, Sasuke Uchiha anyways. That's what I did literally for my Elden Ring playthrough. I was Sasuke Uchiha.
Cool. That's awesome.
I had fire and dragon incantations, and I was just like, bro, we are about to be Bruce Lee, bitch. Or Cisco, one of the two. I don't know.
Kieran says, def a bard.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Karen. He just wants me to sing
true.
to him, that's all.
I can see that because you're very entertaining. You're hilarious. You're great with music. You're great at cooking. Like, yeah, I see it. IRL, he's a bard. 100%.
I can take that, I think my homie Weo would hate that because she's always the bard all the time. She's like, that's my class. Don't touch it. Sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Like, even Monster Hunter, she plays the hunting horn. She's like, anything with music, don't touch my shit.
So good.
I
feel about the druid class.
You know what I mean? Like, don't touch it. I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. I don't want any transformations or music, apparently. Even though I like beer, like I can't have any of it. I'm just
how did you get into wedding photography? And how long have you been doing that?
I slipped into that one. I didn't think I was actually going to do that. I had wanted to push more towards like fashion. And so back in the day, I would shoot models and we do photo walks. And like there's a big community in the Valley, especially south of where I used to live. And so she was like, I'd always do models, and then I ended up doing sports. And then I remember meeting one of my homies, Kara, and she was just like, yo, I have this wedding. Do you want to try and shoot a wedding with me? And I was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, sure. I was like, I shoot events, I shoot portraits, I do all this other stuff. And I mean, I literally turned my mom's room her garage into a studio. And so I would shoot out there. And I did clothing lines and stuff like that. And then she was like, yo, let's do a wedding. And I was like, sure. And I did that one. Then I did one where I learned about, why it's important for contracts. And then I just kept doing them. And I was like, I never want to do weddings because of horror stories I hear from people. But then I'm just like, that's y'all. Y'all aren't charming at all. People don't like you guys. They like me a lot. And so I just been doing weddings for the last like 12 years. I think I'm in 3 magazines. I have them somewhere here. But yeah, I'm in 3 magazines and publications. I've been published by The Knot, by what is it? Not in Zillow. Zola. I've been published by Wedding Wire, smaller publications, and I was like, oh, it was cool.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was dope. I was like, I still talk to the person in charge of the magazine. Her name is Wendy, this older lady, super sweet, super nice. she always gave me cookies. She was like, make sure to keep your sugar up. You're gonna need it for the long day. And I was like, oh, stop it. Stop it.
The cookies.
I was like, damn it, you gave me these oatmeal cookies, girl. I'm about to be a sugar baby.
Well, speaking of cookies, let's switch gears a little bit with the next question. What is your favorite thing you have cooked on stream?
Well, I did steak. It was just funny. My lady went on vacation for her birthday with her girlfriends to Hawaii. And so she took off 5 days. I took off 5 days. She's like, you're taking 5 days off? And I was like, bitch, you think you can be the only person going on vacation? What the fuck you mean? You want me to go to work while you have a good ass time on the sand? I think not. And so like I did steak. I did, what is it? I did steak. I did balsamic vegetables and something else. I can't remember what it was. And I think I did like a 3-hour stream. It was pretty cool. I set up my whole entire kitchen for it. It was pretty sick.
Wow.
Love it.
I keep getting people asking me when's the next cooking stream, and I was like, I kind of want to do like TikTok trends for food, and I think that would be fun because it wouldn't have to be so involved. And I would be able to talk more, but that's for the future. I got to do at least one a year. I think that would probably be more fair to everybody. Ooh, oh, that's cool. I like that.
Get yourself some nerd books.
I mean,
from those.
Otherwise, I mean, I post all of my food. Usually it's on Twitter or my personal Instagram. So everyone's like, yo, how was that burger last night? And I was like, it was delicious. You're welcome. Bacon was fantastic.
Make everybody jealous. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I put it on Twitter all the time. You know, with some of my friends, especially a couple of my buddies. Shout out to Yo Nug. He's just like, bro, you're a vampire. Eat that shit bloody red. I was like, no, it's medium rare, first of all. It's good. And that's demi-glaze. Stop. Heathen. Don't know anything about food or culture. Uncultured swine.
How dare.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, every time I cook a steak, or I have people who are just like, so all you do is eat steak. And I was like, no, I eat a lot of chicken. It's just you guys always ask me what I'm eating on steak night. It's not my fault. It's flank, baby. It's good. You know?
Life is about balance, you know?
Exactly. I mean, we eat a lot of chicken, a lot of turkey, and a lot of fish. But when it comes to red meat, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Another. What is your favorite anime and favorite one you've watched recently?
Favorite anime will always be Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's such a good one.
That one
the
is
beginning
like my
and
favorite.
end music of that are some of the most inspirational music you will ever hear in your life.
Yu Yu Hakusho, otherwise like a close second, even though it was like I didn't know what it meant before because I didn't know what harem was first, but it was a Tenchi Muyo back in the day. I'm talking about Square TV, came on channel 58 only at 10 o'clock at night. That one was cool because what was it? Rio? Hilarious. She would not leave this dude alone. Like, leave this guy alone, you space alien shit. He's out here just trying to live his best life as the child of a monk, and you out here trying to taint him. Stop it. But recently, best anime. What am I watching? What did I just watch? I watched Mashley. Mashley was fun to watch. I like that one.
Yes.
And of course, there's One Punch Man, which is hilarious because it's like a play on superhero and origin stories.
Right.
I mean, now I need to pull up my freaking Crunchyroll. I started watching Spy Family. That's hilariously good.
That's a great one. First season was amazing.
Have you guys ever seen Gantz?
Yes, I have. Yes.
That was an interesting one. It was like an occult interesting. Otherwise, Dadadan is good. I like that one.
Dadadan is awesome. Yeah.
That one is hilarious. My buddy was like, "You're gonna be a little freaked out because it's kind of weird, but then it's good." And when I seen the first episode, I was like, "Yeah, this is really weird."
It gets better. Like
I was like phallic bullshit. All right, kind of interesting, I guess. You're trying to take people's peepees. I don't understand. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I started watching Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's good. I think I've watched most of it. I have like the last few episodes, I think, to watch.
The last few are the best. Super good.
Because that's when his wait, never mind. No spoilers.
I'm still in the first season.
Yep. Nope. Sorry, I had to think about it. I saw the face. It was like,
well, before we move on to the next
really
question,
good.
I do want to share. When you get a chance, check out Solo Leveling if you haven't already.
Oh no, I read all the manga for that first.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I was up on game before anyone even heard about it. So I was just like, oh, they're finally making the anime. Okay, good, because I'm waiting for the next season to come out. So I watched season 1, fantastic.
Yeah.
2, I'm not gonna watch until 3 comes out, only because there's certain parts I'm waiting to see animated, and I feel the cliffhanger would be too great until the 3rd season.
Fair enough.
Trust me,
I
I've
respect
read
that.
all of the manga, and it was delicioso.
Mm.
It was good.
Awesome.
I would implore everyone to read it. I'm just saying, you're gonna be happy. Even the way they ended it was great.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He could talk about anime forever and ever.
Yeah, that's true.
And it took me a really long time just to start watching Delicious in Dungeon.
Aren't you glad you did though?
It's a good
Druid?
one.
We're getting through it.
It's a good
fun
one.
with everyone. It's fun with
The
everybody in the
characters are
chat.
fun. The characters are
very
fun. You know what I mean? Like, I also wanted to see Food Wars only because it looks hilariously inappropriate.
It's
But,
not as
yes.
inappropriate as it's. I watched almost all of Food Wars. I didn't watch the last season or 2 just because I
Okay.
got tired of it. But it was really
drags on.
good. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
when I watched it. It wasn't that inappropriate. It just kind of
Okay,
funny.
like the commercials make it seem like it's about to be like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure weird, you know? You're like, oh, okay, calm down there, put your shirt back on. Just saying. Getting a little out of here, a little nasty. I'm gonna need you to stop.
So switching gears a little bit again here. These are some of the nitty gritty questions we like to ask.
Okay.
What drew you to Twitch?
My friend, her name is Ellie, and she is a woman from the UK. Me and her, and then we had a squad that played Monster Hunter World for like 2.5, 3 years straight. And I mean, this was like during my last relationship, and we all met on Facebook, all started playing together. And she was like, "You know what, dude? You need to be on Twitch." She's like, "You're too entertaining for people not to see." And I'm just like, "Stop! You're so nice." You know what I mean? She's like, "Just give it a try." And she's like, "You never know. You might like it." And I was like, you know. So I started with my PlayStation, my PS4, and just my TV, shitty mic, you know, that sounds like you're swallowing it. And yeah, I started playing games and I just started improving and getting newer gear and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, I should put this on my Mac. Can it handle my Mac? Oh, okay. Well, I guess you guys can see my face now. You know, and just like little stuff like that. And it was cool. And now here I am, working on year number 5, I think, in August. I think.
Wow.
So it's been pretty good.
That's awesome.
I like it. I mean, it's nothing serious. I just think it's a really good hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like I've enjoyed the journey, and like my lady's always like, "Yo, what's the goal?" And I was like, "Hey, the goal is to keep getting free shit, free games, and if I can get on podcasts or like game reviews, or if I can figure out how I want to do like stupid skits and stuff with other people, like that would be great. Like that would be like my thing is connection. You know what I mean?"
Mm-hmm.
And I always want to do stupid stuff with other people, even if it's just like voice stuff or whatever, or we just make something up. I don't care. I don't know. I like entertaining people.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
You're like, so you like to entertain me, but you like to do voices. Let me write that down.
No, I have a list.
Now I want to
steamy
talk
over
to
there.
you even more about that topic that we talked about before this show. For sure.
I was like, someone's scheming over there. She's like,
Oh, I'm always scheming.
Like, I have a whole entire folder on you now. 00 voices. I got it.
Who can I connect him with?
Yeah, facts. You know, I tell people all the time, it's like a good, awesome dream would be to be a character in like, even if it's just like a beginning anime or company, like that would be sick. Because like I'm actually part of a couple one EFED, and I play 2 characters in it, and so one I have to voice because the character doesn't. The character is made by this lady, and she can't voice it, obviously, and so I have to voice that one, and then I have my own character that I voice and I do all the promos for. So it's actually pretty fun. It's actually like one of the best experiences I've had on Twitch.
Interesting.
That is so cool.
It's beyond cool. Like he's like, hey, my buddy, because the person who's in charge of it, he'll hit me up. He's like, hey, I need to ask a favor. And I was like, bro, first of all, don't come at me like you need to ask me a favor. Tell me what you want. I got you. He's like, do you think you can do this by Wednesday? Bro, tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, you're getting me to practice, so it's okay. I don't mind so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. What if friends and family? Oh no, sorry, that was my brain. Just like
You were in your own space for a second. You're like, oh, okay. All right, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Because I'm always, anyways, never mind. Whatever.
Squirrel.
We're moving on. What did I have the giggles so bad right now. I'm so sorry. What did friends and family think when you told them you planned on streaming?
Oh, my mom is 100%. I actually had my mom on my channel last year. Yeah, and it was probably one of the highlights of my year because we were just watching Sidewalk Talk, watching videos, and she ended up putting her boob on my fucking like button that raises my thing up, and so it ended up unplugging everything from the wall. Stream cut off, and all I see is messages like, "Are you guys okay? What's going on?" And she's like, "Always seeing is like you guys laughing, moving, and everything shut off." And I'm like, "Yeah, she put her titty on my shit." But I have probably the most supportive family, though. Real talk. My mom comes in my streams mostly. Whoa, pause. Sorry, that's not the right way. My mom, nope. My mom likes to visit my streams. 1 second, please.
That's so funny.
My mom likes to visit me while I'm live and interact with other people. Phrasing, yes, I'm sorry. But she likes to be around, and she's very supportive. She always talks about when she wants to come over next. And I've had my aunt, my sister, my grandpa ended up getting a Twitch just to show support when he can, and I was like, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Now, when he's on there, or if my grandma's on there, if other people are listening, I gotta be careful because grandparents, high respect, no cursing when they're around. Period. If my mom's around, fuck it. She talks shit, I talk shit. It just is what it is. But like I've had my sister, my nephews, and so like when people hear stuff, they're just like, oh, I seen this or I seen that, or you pop up on my feed. Even my little niece, and she's what, 16 right now. She's like, you pop up on my TikTok all the time, Uncle Gavin. And I was like, are you mad? I was like, I'm more popular than you. Sorry.
I'm just cool like that.
You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, it's really cool to have like family or just like, you know what, just if you're doing it for fun, or even if it's not for fun and you want to do that, like it's whatever. Like do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So it's cool. Yeah. Sorry for giving you guys the titty story in my bed.
No, that was
that's
fantastic.
hilarious.
I freaking clipped it.
God.
My bad.
I'm not even kidding. I clipped it. We'll use it as a short.
I was like, man, making me sweat a little bit. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have said that, but too late.
No.
You're fine, brother. It's all good,
No.
dude.
It's beautiful.
It got weird. Wait, is that zombie lady? Hey, leave me alone. Okay.
Wait, you know zombie lady?
Worse. Yeah.
No way.
All the time.
That's amazing. We know her through Loomis 360.
I don't remember how, but they came by. So no.
That's
leave me alone.
amazing. That's awesome.
Unless it's a different zombie lady, but I feel like it's the same one.
It is.
Oh, LOL. Hi. Yeah, it is you. You heard worse.
All right, moving on. Next question. What struggles did you deal with when you first started streaming?
I would say the trolling and learning about trolling and like all of these politics that are in Twitch. For most people, I tell people that Twitch it leans a certain direction when it comes to being able to speak freely. Like, yeah, you can speak freely at your own peril, but it just depends on how you say things. And I think if your community gets to know you enough, they're going to have your back and have your best interest in mind. Mm-hmm. And so it's not whether you're trying to be anything in particular, whether no matter where you swing on the political spectrum, gender spectrum, or any of that, it's just getting your community set in stone takes the time, you know what I mean? But once you do, it's like all these oddballs who come in and try and say stuff. Everyone else swats it off like, oh, you've never been here. You don't know this person. And that's really cool. Other than that, it's like learning the ins and outs. Like I said, learning what trolling was without it being premeditative. I think that was my biggest like struggle because I didn't understand. And I'm thinking like, I'm just being very clever with wordplay. And I'm like, oh, people don't like wordplay because it's very, what's the word? I don't want to say social justice in a sense, but it's more of a social issue about how you put yourself out there. So that's kind of how I learned about branding, but also not just branding, but how you put your brand out there to people and what is the best way to be neutral. Because I think it's better to be neutral I mean, unless you want to and people come to your channel for that, like that's cool. But I'd rather appeal to everyone and just be focused on gaming and just have a good time as opposed to be like, oh, hey, what do you think about this social issue? Because most people who know me, I'm like, if you bring a social issue, it should be about gaming and it shouldn't have to lean one way or the other. But if you want to have that conversation, it has to be like more about the ideas and without the feelings because people get emotionally charged easily. And I don't really have feelings like that. I hate to say it, like, I'm not saying I'm emotionless because people always ask, like, what's your zodiac? And I'm like, I'm a Cancer. Like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm just emotionally intelligent and I just don't give out emotion. I just give information. Take it how you will. Sorry. Like, when people say, well, this is how I feel. I'm like, sucks to suck, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it that way, but I think me being me, like, I've grown to be empathetic and sympathetic without showing it. But that also makes it hard because people be like, you don't show your emotions. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. And it's like, no, I am. I just don't have to like show that I'm feeling sad. I just tell you like, yeah, I'm sad, but it's okay. It's okay to be sad.
Yeah.
Okay to be upset. You know, it's like, I'll give you information, take it out of yours. Well, you don't seem that way. You're looking for the feeling. No, thanks.
We're here to talk about video games and have a good time.
Exactly. I tell people escapism. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to escape.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time. So like, remember when Supermarket Simulator came out, right? And so when people are like, hey, Gavin, are you going to play this game or whatever? And I'm like, fuck no, that's my real life. I do groceries for real. I'm not doing that. You know, because I work at Trader Joe's. So like I anything has to do with supermarket, I'm like, I'm not playing. Why would I want to get off work to go back to work? Fuck you. No.
That's one of the reasons why I haven't bought it, because I was in the grocery industry for the longest time before I got into coffee.
And that's why I'm just like, are you going to play Supermarket? No, I'm not playing with you. I was like, I already worked 8 hours. I'm not doing that again.
I 100% feel you. There's so many games that seem to me like work instead of fun. I'm like, why would you do that?
I was like, y'all think it's fun to put groceries on the shelf. I'm like, you're not making it straight and you're putting stuff in random sections. I'm freaking triggered. I was like, why would you, why would you put cereal over there with pasta? Are you that crazy? What the fuck?
Are you insane? Have you looked at the signs? Like, where do they go?
And so when I started seeing, I was like,
back room.
Like as soon as I started seeing people charge like certain amount for it, I was like, $4 for cereal. I started getting triggered. And I'm like, no, I can't play this game. No, no. I was like, how's pasta $8? I don't care what the market says. I was like, what area are you in? Beverly Hills? Jesus Christ. I was like, your store looks like shit and you're trying to charge high rate money for it? Ugh. Yuck. That's why I tell you, I get too immersed in games to where I'm like, I can't play certain games. I'm like, no, that's not for me.
I would go way too OCD insane if I played.
Like it would literally look like a Trader Joe's if I played.
Oh, mine would look like a Rayleigh's.
Oh my God! See, that's why I'm like, nope, can't do it. I'm good. No, you guys enjoy it. I was like, for the people who don't know how a grocery store works, you go ahead, make all that shit imaginary. Put the frozen yogurt by frozen burritos if you want to, weirdo. There's a section for it. You know what I mean? Like I be getting amped. Like when I watch people's stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna look.
I'm just gonna watch and judge.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta leave this.
I am going to judge.
Like I think I've watched that whole entire scenario, like for people playing that maybe for like a couple of days, and I'm just like, yep, I'm over it. I'm good. You guys have fun playing together.
I'm leaving. Bye. But watch, I'm gonna get bullied into playing it now that I've ranted about how I would never play it. So,
and I'm gonna be there the whole time saying, you know where that goes.
Yeah. What tips can you share with future streamers or baby streamers? Any tips?
Oh shit, I got so many tips, man.
Top 3.
Honestly, let's just say that
top 3.
Don't worry about your own plate first. I understand that people want to get to the end, but guess what? I tell people all the time, it's not even a race, it's a marathon. Now you're going to be running forever. Now the thing is, get comfortable running at the pace you're running. Look at whoever's running in front of you and say like, I want to get to that pace sooner or later. And then at that point, if you feel like you can go and move forward, whether it's gear, games, content, then move next. But then remember, you're still running. And at the end of the day, you can do a few things. You can worry about yourself. You can look behind you and hope that you can pull someone else with you. And so that they can also run at the same pace, because you'll be helping each other as well as pushing each other to run to the next group of people. But it's always going to be a marathon. There's no beginning or end. You're going to be running perpetually forever. And it's just worrying about what you're doing first, because you can try and emulate this person and that person and this person. But if you yourself aren't even ready to put that much effort or energy, why waste that time? You're going to be wasting your time chasing this gear and that gear without any knowledge of how it works. You're just like, well, this person's using this, I should use this. No, you shouldn't. You should use what you can afford. I still see people who have no camera, fantastic streamers. They're doing the damn thing. Hell, they do VTubers instead. Oh, what do you know? Get that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, make content. Hell, record stuff. Even if you feel like you're not going to use it now, you may use it later. Or even just recording something now so that you can see like how much you've grown so far. Like, I have the oldest clips still on my channel from when I used to stream Monster Hunter on my PS4 with shitty internet and was it The Witcher 3? And I just look back at those and I'm just like, yo, even my audio was shitty, but guess what? Your boy's back in here now. What? You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I just feel that looking at certain people, and if you're looking at numbers, you're doing yourself a disservice. You should always look at your analytics as a growing tool, not a comparison tool. Look at yourself from months ago. You know what I mean? I was like, look at your I'm a numbers person. That's how I understand what's working, what's not. Look at your analytics, but look at it from you before, you now, and you what you want to be in the future. Don't put all your eggs in one basket if you can't handle it. Multitasking is not for everybody. I mean, if anyone has like a specific question, like I can keep going on and on. There's so many tips.
Those are great.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we just have an issue where everyone wants to be the next, like Nick Merckx, or everyone wants to be the next this. Don't listen to people saying that you have to play one certain game. Play whatever fucking game you want.
Yep.
But just make sure it's a game that you actually enjoy, because guess what? We can see that shit. If you're not enjoying yourself, we're not going to be here.
Everybody can tell.
You know what I mean? It's just like play what you enjoy and allow your community to come to you. Because if you're like, oh, hey, I got to be like this for these people to come, you're just going to run yourself wild and you're going to be tired and shit like that. Like, I've had people try to act like me, and guess what? They can't do it. I've seen people who try and use the same audio, the same visuals, everything like me. Doesn't work out for them. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You will find your voice. You will find yourself. You will find your thing. And don't even be afraid to freaking rebrand. Just don't make some stupid ass name with numbers and bullshit, because it doesn't work.
Good advice.
Don't start replacing. I was like, don't replace E's for 3s. That's stupid. Because guess what? When someone sees an email, they're not going to read it like that. Like, if a company's reading a reel, but they see R33 or whatever, they're not going to read that. Or R34L. Like, no, don't do that shit. Don't do that.
Make it easy to type, please.
Make it easy to type. Make it easy to read. Make it easy to understand. Make it something that a company goes, yo, we do. Think about it. Nick Merckx. Super easy. He can be marketed anywhere. Be that. Think about stuff like that. Otherwise,
Indeed.
talk to people you trust. Talk to people who will tell you whatever you posted is shit. But real criticism, not like that. Like, they hate you or some shit. Like, talk to people you can trust about content or ideas. Get that solid group that you know will want to grow with you, or at least like 3 of the 5 or 2 of the 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, get those people who are willing to give you constructive criticism, and also subtract your fucking feelings from that. It has nothing to do whether it's bad or not. It's just the content's not hitting. It's not your bad. It's the content isn't your best. Bro, that's it. I got my friend who tells me all the time. He's like, hey, yo, just let you know, you cut off mid-sentence, and I don't like that. That's terrible. You need to fade that in a little bit better. And I was like, you know what? You mad right. I got you. Next video won't have it. No feelings whatsoever.
So on to our next question. You said magic word there, do what you enjoy. And so on that note, what do you enjoy most about streaming?
I like people, to be honest. I do. I like people, and I like when new people come in. I like to ask them questions. I have an issue where it's like, I want to be better at just chatting streams, but I don't think I'm good. Other people think I'm good at just chatting streams. I don't, because I feel like I think ADD for me only comes when I play games, because I have to be doing something to be able to shut enough of my mind off to where I can actually focus on talking. And so I like those organic conversations. while I'm playing, and it's nice when new people come in because then it's like, what do you play? What do you do most? I can ask other people other questions and just have a cordial conversation because I think an issue when people get too big is that they forget that there are so many people that come in. And I understand that you can't talk to everybody, but making an effort to talk to most people instead of like locking in on a video game. Otherwise, I mean, I would put up some kind of pinned message like, I'm zeroed in as fuck. My mods will take care of conversation or something like that. But personally, for me, I never want to be bigger than what I can handle because I think everyone deserves my time. Even the people who are weird or whatever, they'll get a little bit of my attention, just a smidge, and then I'll tell them fuck off. Just a little bit. Till I, tell them fuck off, and then they'll get banned, whatever. But I just think that's like my biggest thing is people. I want people to come to my streams and have like a good time, have fun, or shit. If I'm playing, well, just letting you guys know when Monster Hunter comes out, Mondays we're doing open lobbies, so I want people to come and hang out and hunt. I'm trying to see Arkveld carcasses all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to see bodies.
Try to see.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I like to play games with everybody. I like to play games where everybody can be involved. We used to do Jackbox a lot, and so people can just fucking play. And I'm just like, let's have nights like that. So I like people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
it's more fun. More fun.
Yeah. It's the community.
You tell them to fuck off on a regular basis. You know what, Karen? Fuck you. Yeah, I do.
I have an emote for that too.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's great.
I have a whatever, Kieran. I
like that.
How long have you been playing video games, and what was the first one you ever played?
Let's see. How old am I right now? I am probably 38. So, I mean, if you do the math, the first, 38 back to when I was like 4, maybe. I got to play Atari. I know Karen's probably talking about age right now. I'm not even gonna like the chat because I'm fucking. Anyways, sorry, I had something in my throat. I think it's allergies. But I think the first game I got to play was probably literally Pong. And my aunt, and I think at the time she was like late 20s. Otherwise, the first game I can remember playing was a PC game, and it was like you were a Rambo rabbit. I can't remember what it was. I've never been able to figure it out, but it was a game she had on her PC back in the day, and you were like a rainbow rabbit shooting carrots and shit. You were like, it was cool as fuck. I don't know what it was. Otherwise, Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo. I went through 2 Nintendos. We played all of that straight up. It was fantastic. Wonderful time of life.
Awesome. Not play those Mario games at all.
So,
yeah. So frustrating.
On that note, then, what is your favorite game and least favorite game that you have streamed?
Favorite game? Well, it's hard because there's a lot of PlayStation exclusives, but I would say probably favorite game, probably The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Ooh, I would say nice. I really enjoyed that. I played it 3 times. I played the DLCs twice, and just the lore and I don't know. It's just something about it. Aside from like, naked boobies and all that kind of shit. It's just like the story is something that gets you so involved in it. You're just like, what decision do I really want to make? Least favorite game. I used to play a lot of full movie video games or whatever. And so we would play those. I don't know if you guys ever played like a full movie video game. So it's literally it's literally video and you make your choices and cutscenes change depending on what you choose or whatever. We did like 5 dates, 10 dates. We've played Dr. Decker. We played so many on my channel. There's one it was a weird one from the UK that just didn't hit. It wasn't really interactive as I thought it was going to be. And I would say it's probably the least favorite. Hence why I can't even remember it because I forgot about it. It was terrible. Like it was actually terrible.
So
I would say it's my least favorite.
Choose your own adventures, but with a movie instead of a book.
Yeah, and so cool. Like, but literally, it was literally a movie games, and so that was probably my least favorite. Otherwise, like video game. I'm trying to think of which one I started, and I was like, yeah, no. You know what? I didn't give Deliverance, Kingdom Come Deliverance, a good chance. I played like 40 minutes of it, and I just felt like it's not something that I could stream because it requires you to pay attention a lot. And I think games like that I can't do only because I'm trying to talk, but I'm missing so much information from what's going on. And I understand that every situation in that game counts. And I mean, every decision you make. Hey, let's go throw some eggs on so and so's thing. Oh, you don't do that. Guess what? Now you just did a whole storyline of possible bad mistakes. So yeah, I would say that's probably the game I wish I had paid more attention to, but probably the worst. And not saying the game is bad. Not saying the game is bad. It's just you have to give full attention to it, and streaming it's not the best idea.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
I
can see
get
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. Would be impossible. Anyways, how many James Bond's films have you seen, and what are your top 3?
Damn. I was like, I need to bring up like a list because I think I've seen every single Pierce Brosnan movie, and then what's his name, the newer one,
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. I've watched. I like Skyfall, but I'm not gonna lie. I like the one with Halle Berry and Pierce Brosnan because it's Halle Berry. Whichever movie that is, I think it's was it No Tomorrow?
No, it was a Die Another Day, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one. That one. I like that one. I'm sorry, but her coming out the water. It's Halle Berry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Even Halle Berry.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, no.
But yeah.
Like even Halle Berry when she did the John Wick movies, I was just like, oh my god. Heartthrob. Fuck. Palpitations, sweat. I think my blood pressure went up. I was like, man.
She could fight smoking and I was right, it was Die Another Day.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So on that note then, of the ones that you've seen, who do you think is the best Bond actor?
It depends on mood though, because Daniel Craig he has a level of seriousness and suave, but Pierce Brosnan has that old school early 2000s swag where it's just like I don't want to say like it's like watching a Jackie Chan movie where you're like, you know, it's going to be fun, adventurous, and it's like everything you want. It's kind of like Pierce Brosnan would be Nathaniel Drake in like video games. It's just like, you know, it's going to be action packed, it's going to be good. But then Daniel Craig is more like watching Batman where you're like, oh no, it's some serious shit is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like that's the comparison. Hence why I'm like, it depends. Back then at that age, I just wanted adventure in like a Disney Pixar type vibe where I'm like, I'm going to have a good time, even though it may not be the best of movies. I'm highly entertained. Like I would watch this in theaters, and then now I'm like, I want to watch this at home in the dark, making sure that I can see, you know, Daniel Craig kick some ass. Like I know he's about to just shoot some people up and do what he does. I think it's also just two different time periods in my life where I'm like, as an adult, I don't like a lot of CGI. You know what I mean? And so it still gives me that nostalgia.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
How and why did you join so many interesting creator collectives? I think I counted them. You have like 9? There's like
Actually,
how
I have more than that.
Okay.
How and why?
I lived because my mind, I can't focus on one thing. I have to focus on many things. I always tell people like I'm a collector of stories, hence why I play so many RPGs at one time. And most people are just like, how are you playing this game, this game, this game, and this game? And I'm like, well, because I have 2 PCs, a PlayStation, a Steam Deck, a PS Portal, Switch. You know, I'm like, I have to collect stuff to where I need multiple stories in order to feel comfortable. Otherwise, if I'm only focused on one, hyper-focusing, unless it's like adventuring, it makes me feel stagnant. And so creative programs, I'm like, they're all just interesting games, and I just want to see what new techniques people are using, what new technology, what new storylines. Like, I'm waiting for Dune Awakening, even though I'm waiting for like 6 other games to come out. But it's just like, I know that Dune Awakening is going to be an MMO that's supposed to have high performance, but the whole idea of being on Arrakis is intriguing to me because we've seen, like, I've watched the old movies and the new series, and I'm just like, the whole idea. Oh, and also like when I was playing PC, I played Dune 2000, the Spice Wars, and yeah, so I'm like, I'm kind of like involved, and I want to see how that translates to playing a survival MMO where water is a resource, but it's also something that's detrimental and it could hurt you in a sense. Same thing like the sun and their mechanics. I don't know. I'm really big on mechanics, and so the whole idea of water being not just a life source, but its rarity. I don't know. Have you guys seen like Waterworld with
Kevin Costner?
what's his name? Yep. Oh, here we go. Okay, so just like certain things that he finds, you know what I mean, and how important it is, or even like the Book of Eli, or just how so many of these apocalyptic dystopians, there's always something that makes the world just odd, but in a good way.
Mhm.
And so like
Yeah.
I like that about gaming where it may be this company is doing something so like one small thing in particular, and I want to know how that makes their whole entire game work.
Mhm.
Mm,
I'm weird. I understand. Like I know I'm weird. You know what I
No,
mean? But
beautiful.
it's just that's how my brain works with some of these games and programs. I'm like they're doing something that isn't for everybody, and I want to
that's
see how it
cool.
translates into gaming.
That's awesome,
I
brother.
love that. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
would counted them and I was like, I was like, this guy has all of
That's
the
impressive.
Oh,
creator
Yeah.
I'm
clubs.
just waiting for all my acceptance letters to come through. Like I just got into the creator program for Exoborn, and that one's gonna be cool, extraction shooter. And then I put one in for Monster Hunter Wilds
Mm,
because I love Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm also waiting for a few other ones. And then on top of that, one of my buddies, he talks to developers all the time, so I've gotten keys to do reviews recently. Because I think they've seen like my recent review, and I just do honest reviews for actually playing the game through instead of listening to the politics of it first. And,
mm.
yeah.
So
It's really a
switch.
shame though.
Love it.
It
Yeah.
sucks because I want
Switch.
all games to succeed, but I mean, I understand people have feelings. Sorry, it sucks to suck, but you know, that
Switching gears a
phrase of
little
the
bit here
day.
to something that doesn't suck. How many Funko Pops do you have? And do you have a favorite or any very valuable ones?
Oh, why would you ask that question? Um, so I don't know. Did you guys ever see like Amazon had a Marvel Collector Core subscription that you can sign up for, and mind you, I did it for 3 years, so you get one for every other month.
Wow.
I think I have almost 30 boxes with 2 in a piece, so I think I have 60 plus 1 because the first one came with 3 Luchador Marvel characters, and I think that's one's my favorite. Yep. Oh wait, oh it's empty. I can't even tell you which. Okay, so yeah, this was the box that it came in, and so that was my very first box. The first one came with 3 of them. I wish I can tell you which one is which, but I can't find them right now because they're all
That's
on a shelf.
It's all right.
And yeah, I have like 30 of them at least.
Nice. Very cool.
And they just ended it on December, so you got your Lax box in December, but it always comes with a shirt, a pin, a sticker, and then 2 Funkos. And I'm like, that's how I got new shirts.
like we
You
missed
know,
shirts.
you know what I mean? And so like I don't know. I can't tell you which one's my favorite because I like them all. And then she got me a Pikachu one, and then a Spyro one. Or no, she got me a Nightmare Before Christmas one because that's what my tattoos are. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a Nightmare Before Christmas like whole sleeve, but yeah,
Very cool. That's sick.
yeah.
So cool.
So she got me one of those, and I was just like, okay, stop it. You're making me take my panties off again.
You
I was like, all right, let me get naked. God, you know what I'm saying? Stop it. It's coming off. Stop. Stop. I know. Let me get pretty for you. Christ.
I love
Exactly. Exactly.
it. Can you share any tips for community building?
Oh, that's actually easier. Now the question is, are you trying to do community building and have Discord? Because then it's like that's a whole nother thing. Like I'm in probably 100 Discords that I have categorized by region. And it's like if you're doing community night, then it's kind of like you have to find people who actually want to play games with you or people who always ask for your time. Because mind you, like literally today's what, Friday?
Mhm.
After this, I have to eat dinner and then get on with another group. Now, usually at this time, mind you, I sketched you guys in and I skipped one game night.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, I
Because
appreciate you.
usually I play with one of my buddies' communities from usually about like 3:30 to 5, and then I'll cook dinner. And then from 7 until 9, I play with another community. And so it's like finding people, or if you have people who want to play games with you, by all means, take those opportunities um, until they prove themselves not good. You know what I mean? Because some people they want you for what you have as opposed to wanting you for your time or your just your personality or whatever. And that's always going to be a learning experience. But when you find stuff like that and then you start building like nights, when are you guys available? I mean, I have Wednesdays, I've been playing games with my homies in the UK after I get off work because that's when they're available. And so it's like my lady, mind you, she is so graceful about how much time I spent online. And so you gotta figure out that. And then of course if people are coming into your chat all the time, they're like, oh hey, it'd be cool to play games. The question is, well, what games? What games do you guys play? If you want to make it easy, pick games that require either no money, like Words on Stream, that's a good way to start. And sometimes I see people do that like before their stream starts, get their community involved, or like during a break or whatever, for if you have dinner, if you do long streams like that. Otherwise, if you're willing, then buy a game. And I would say like Jackbox is a really fun game, and usually you can find it for cheap or on like humble.com or something like that. They usually have packs that are for a small price. Or there's a lot of creators who have games and they showcase a lot of these community building games, and I would just say search for them. Do stuff like that. Start small. Don't feel like you have to like spend a shit ton of money. Otherwise, if you do have games that people have, I mean, be friends on social media, be friends on Steam, be friends, that people can see what you do have. And if there's a game that you guys really want to play, cool. I get requests all the time like, hey, do you have this game? Yes, I do. Hey, do you want to play on Tuesday? Yes, I do.
Nice.
I think it's all about what you put time into. If you don't put time into it and you don't put time in your community, like no one's going to be there. So, I mean, we're looking for another survival MMO because we were playing Once Human, and I was playing that since the first beta, and now kind of like the story's not really there. So all of us are just like, oh, that was fun.
Gotcha.
And so we're looking for our next like server to play on, for a game, and everyone plays different games. But yeah, just try. Attempt, I should say.
Yeah.
Be the first person to attempt and connect. Don't always wait for other people, though.
Right on. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
So, that's awesome, Druid. So now we're moving into the last three questions of the main first part of the interview. These are just general fun questions that we like to throw out there. So first off, what is the weirdest sleeping dream you've ever had that you can share with us?
It's not, well, I don't think it's weird because it just sounds like on brand. I'm always dreaming of being a pirate on the Black Seas.
A what?
A pirate.
Yeah, and usually I end up falling.
Pirate. I misunderstood you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. Like I tell my lady all the time, like it's a lot of the time when I fall asleep and it's like black, in my eyes, I start seeing like weird thunder. You know what I mean? In my like in my eyesight. And then somehow waves start coming, and then I just drift off to sleep. But that's literally like how I go to sleep. Somehow I start seeing thunder. It's really dark, black, green, and I'm drifting off to sleep. And for whatever reason, sometimes I just have dreams about being a black pirate, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck with it.
That's freaking cool.
I would say
that actually reminds me of a hallucination dream that I had. The first time I ever got the sickest, I was a kid. And I had at the time they named this particular flus from where they came from, and at that time it was called the Russian flu. And trying not to be political, but it literally was back then. This was in the early '80s. No, maybe even the '70s, late '70s. At any rate, I was so sick. I had like 105 temperature, and they almost 104. It was so high. The bottom line is I was hallucinating, and I was sure that there were this pirate ship floating through my bedroom, and I could hear them singing, and it was...
I mean, bro, join in on the sea shanty, dog. Like, you might as well just do it.
I love sea shanties. I listen to them all the time. They're very fun.
I mean, they're pretty good, especially what's the game? What's the pirate game that everybody plays?
Oh, Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, that one. Doing the sea shanties, like I play with my neighbor and his kids. Shit's fun as fuck. And we do sea shanties, why not? It's fun.
Beautiful.
Otherwise, the best one I think that does the best shanties would be Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes.
They do some of the best singing, I think.
Cool.
Very good. Very good stuff. All right. If you could be any superhero, which one would you be and why?
Any
superhero.
Not gonna front. I think I would be Nightcrawler.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Nightcrawler is just, he's the most interesting. I was telling someone, like, I like Nightcrawler because we're talking about Marvel rival characters who should be in there. And this is before they even announced it. I called it. I called it. I was like, Gambit's going to be there. I guarantee it. But we're talking about, I was like, Nightcrawler should be in there because of his teleportation is just really interesting. Like, it goes in a puff of dark blue smoke, but I can't tell you if it has a distance, but only in the movie it had a pretty long distance of more than a hallway, and he was doing it to fight. But his character is interesting because, he's Magneto and Mystique's kid, which means that, yeah, he has those powers, but it does not mean that he can't draw on either or, because we don't know. And we don't know how far his teleportation actually goes. But I was telling someone, like, if I could have my own powers, Do you guys remember the movie Jumper?
Yes, with the
And
Christian.
the guy who plays
Hayden.
on Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I was telling like that would be a cool power to have. Only like I would prefer that. Yeah, it's based on where you've been to, not what you can see. Because sometimes people have bad dreams and end up being in the water and drown. I'm not doing that. But being able to visit, but teleportation seems fun, and I think that would be a great, a really interesting use of it.
I agree.
You know,
nice.
But yeah, I think Nightcrawler is pretty awesome.
I agree. That's the first time we've heard that answer, and I love it.
Perfect.
He's sick. I mean, I like the actor who did him and everything. It was just like spot on. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the last question of the main interview is, has universal significance. It's super important. It's an either or question.
Okay.
It's two things. Whatever you pick stays in the universe. Whatever you don't pick disappears from existence.
You guys are giving me like a Thanos question. What the fuck?
All right, you ready? Martini or margarita?
For what? Which goes away or stays?
Exactly. You pick what stays.
Oh, martini, get the fuck out of here. Bye. We drinking margaritas all day. No, martini, shaken or stirred. I get it. 007, but no, fuck that. Bye. I mean, I like olive juice and anything fermented, but margaritas.
Very good.
Because my thing is, you can't have tacos and martinis. Ugh.
It's true. That does sound awful.
So true.
So weird as shit ever.
That is so true. But
sorry. Go ahead, Druid.
Oh, I was just gonna say. On that note, make sure people click these links.
Yes. Everyone, go drop a follow for our man 00fasho. He's amazing.
If you want,
you'll have a good time in his stream. Give him all your biddies and all your subs, and help keep lift up this amazing human being.
I would prefer your time, but I mean, monetary appreciation is always accepted.
Get friends, become friends with him on Steam, and just buy him games so he can.
Be my. No, he's mean.
No, he's mean.
Only to you. Only to you. But you know what? Saying from the person who drops you in level 10 hell dives, like fuck that. Get out of here.
I think all of us have a mild allergy to Kieran Shikado.
Yeah, and you know what? My allergies are flaring up right now. Middle finger. Sorry, Tourette. Sorry, my bad.
I'm gonna do this.
But he's such a good cat dad.
He is a fantastic cat dad. Everybody, we give him a hard time, but everybody loves the Lord of Bushido.
No, his cats are cute as fuck. Love it.
We have already a couple of questions saved from people in the chat. I'll start it off with Quinlan. My question is, what is the best side dish to go with a steak dinner?
Best side, bourbon.
Say again?
Bourbon.
Okay. Interesting.
But no, what steak though? Because it matters.
That's a good point.
So if we're talking about like ribeye, I would go with either broccolini or like mixed colored carrots, but do a balsamic glaze on them. If we're talking like New York, you can do mashed potatoes. Don't make them clumpy though. But make mashed potatoes, throw a little bit of either chives or a little bit of parsley on it is fine, just to give it like a little bit of a bite. If you want to do garlic, that's fine. Be careful. If you do garlic, then you need to make like a demi glaze for the New York. Just saying. Yeah, if you're doing flank, best side dish for that, honestly, any veg, unless you're gonna do tacos. So yeah, like
Love
I said, it depends. Like that's why I'm like, it depends on what steak, because my thing is fat content matters.
Gotcha. So the next question we have, it isn't one from the audience. It's one I thought of while we were chatting with you before the show started, because it was so interesting that I wanted to share it with people. And that is, please tell us about the greatest show you've ever watched live.
Oh, Cirque du Soleil, period. Point blank out. Spend the money. Don't even question that shit. If you have the opportunity to pay for tickets at least 20 rows back, pay that shit. I don't say sit in the very front, but 20 rows back is like the furthest back you should sit, period. You will not be disappointed. The show is fantastic. It's amazing. And that, honestly, from where we were going to be up in the topper part, like the higher part up, being where we were, you can see everything. And then on top of that, you'll still be amazed by how how easily they're able to fool you, because like, even looking in the water and you see people like move or like transition and stuff like that. Like literally, there's a part of the show where randomly there was like a cleaning lady with a basket, and she's just like holding up towels and clothes and shit, right? The whole entire stage is sinking, and she's still doing what she's doing. And then I couldn't see where she went. Like I didn't know when she moved. She just was sinking with the water. Then she was fucking gone. Like, yeah, the mysticism that far, you'll be more amazed than sitting up top. I swear. Like I promise you, just pay the extra money, especially if you can. If you're going with someone, both of y'all pay. Fuck it. Do it.
Split
Like,
the bill.
you know what I'm saying? Like split it. Like I implore you, go see O before you see any other show. Like it was beautiful. Like that whole entire stage was built like perfectly for what they were gonna do. I was amazed, and I still couldn't figure out where everything was.
That's beautiful.
It was beautiful. Like especially if you like art, or if you like any type of performance like that. Like that is going to be the best show that you've seen. It's better than a concert. Sorry. Like unless you really love this person, like, oh my god, I love Drake. But if you don't like you know what I mean? Like it's amazing. It was worth the money. Like
Awesome.
I would have spent that shit times over. I don't give a shit.
That's so good. I
Awesome.
love it. Okay. So Iltacine asked,
Oh my god, I'm falling in love right now.
I'm falling in love. Like, oh my god. Like,
I didn't think I could do it twice, but I did it twice. Oh my god.
tea. Iltacine asks, question, are you excited for Monster Hunter Wilds at the end of the month? You already answered this, but
Are you serious?
how excited?
I've been playing every single beta that has existed so far. Like I've been playing it early. Mind you, like, you know, creator programs, your boy been in there waiting. And I literally put in 1,100 hours just into Monster Hunter World. And I've played Rise, even though I don't like Rise, and I put a couple hundred. And I've played on PlayStation 5 and PC. I've done 2.5 years with like a group of 5. I've done other groups with just everybody else. I've gotten into other communities because they play Monster Hunter. I've known people who play Monster Hunter literally across the globe from here to Southeast Asia who play. And so, yes, I've already bought the Steelbook version of it. And if I get an extra key for PC, I'm playing that version too. Trust. If I get a second key, because I already kept telling people, I was like, I might buy a second copy just for PC because of the performance. It's nice. But if I get a second copy of it, I'm just going to keep the steel one in plastic and just post it up somewhere and just hang it.
Just have it there.
Mm-hmm. Like, bro,
Yes.
this is an untouched one. Like, bro, this is the untouched.
Safe, pristine.
You know what I
dried.
mean? Like, I still have Pokemon cards like that are from back in the day. Saying like, it's
That's
fine.
cool.
I was like, I still have Charizard, first one. No. Bam. This one still works. Guess what? This is over 20 years old. Still works. Pokemon Red original save file because I thought I was a rebel, so my game file is asshole. And blue. Look at that. Bam.
I had red, blue, and yellow version. My yellow version got stolen.
Yeah, no. I used to have a PSP, the Battlefront edition one, and I'm pretty sure an ex stole it with my Nintendo DS. And it was in original. Oh, especially with like I had movies on it too. When they started doing movies on them, and I'm like, okay.
All right, I see you.
Oh, I hope the worst things happen to you and only you. No, I'm just kidding.
You stub your toe all the time.
Like, I hope you have. I was like, I hope you have a kid that steps on a Lego.
Everybody.
So, our good lady friend Karen Chicago herself.
Hi, Karen Chicago.
Asks, what is the weapon of choice going to be for Wilds, and who you going to play with?
Yo, every re-release of the beta, I've tried a different weapon because normally I'm Charge Blade or Hammer. But since we can carry 2 weapons, I think I'm gonna go in with Gun Lance because for the last 2, I did Gun Lance and it actually felt really good, especially against Arkveld because we passed it with 9 seconds remaining with a group of 3 instead of 4. So I'm probably gonna do Gun Lance and then work my way back up to Charge Blade. I usually do Switch Axe first, but I think the Gun Lance is gonna be my number 1, and I might either switch out between Charge Blade. Charge Blade or Switch Axe, it depends. I think later in game I will, but in the beginning one, I'm probably just gonna have fun beating up Chadacabra and Balarhara and just fuck around because those ones are easy. But I think when it gets to like the serious business, I'll probably do Charge Blade or Gun Lance, only because I'm gonna need that defense.
And with whom?
What do you mean with whom?
He asked, with who will you play?
Oh, there's a long list of people who are like, if I try to list everyone out, it's gonna be long because I know there's a few partners that I want to play with, Kage Boy, K. Dot to God. Then there's a hell of people. There's Basu Versus, there's Coldberg 9, there's everyone in my Discord, there's Magpie Mischief, there's Weo Wanders, if I keep going, like I'm gonna be listing everybody that I know. Literally, I would say it's going to be at least 4 dozen people who want to play between being in the Twitch space, outside of Twitch, my old homies from Facebook. I don't even know how I'm going to fit it all, but I think I'm just going to have to make time.
Gotcha. Right on.
Now, if I'll stream all of it all the time, I don't know. I think some things are better reserved for just having things away from social media and just enjoying your time together. But I do try and plan to do Mondays, maybe 1 or 2 Mondays a month. And that way we can like leave it open to new people coming to play. Especially if you need help, I think that would be the biggest thing because some people are afraid to ask for help. But
Yeah.
Love it. DeMarco 9000 asks, did you ever play the original Doom games on PC back in the 90s?
The first one, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the original one. I mean, especially when you walk around. What's also I remember playing is Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
That's
man after my own heart. Duke Nukem was so much fun.
Duke Nukem was hilarious. Just because he always made noises or made some stupid statement, you're just like, bro, this guy's a bro for sure. He been in the gym way too long.
Yes.
He's like, I'm hyped up on testosterone. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you need to calm down a little bit, bro. A little bit.
That was the game, Stormy, that you, Bubba, and Alex were all playing that one time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. We've.
Okay.
I bought it for them I think actually Alex had his boyfriend buy it for him, but I bought it for Bubba, and I think I bought it for some others, and we're gonna try and play it some more, either playing it just for fun or on stream or whatever. But
hell yeah!
So multiplayer Duke Nukem is a blast. It's a lot of fun. So
it sounds like fun. It's kind of like when people are doing what is it? Not Phasmophobia. They're doing Dead by Daylight, but it's the 2v8, and so you can just like go in there and it's just a freaking ham sandwich. Like everybody's going crazy with that. Like I was like, okay, they're making some of these multiplayer games even more multiplayer. Like I like that. I like it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
It's good. It's good.
Iltacine asks, I know you have the tattoo on your arm. Do you have others? And when you get them, is it just because you think they're cool or because they mean something special to you?
Oh no, all my tattoos mean something to me. I have my chest and stomach done, and I have my clavicle done. Eventually I want to get my back done, but that's bigger because I won't be able to see it, so it has to be really important. You know what I mean? I mean, not gonna lie, I really want to do like a Star Wars theme on my back, like with the dark side on it and have everybody on it, But
cool.
I'd probably put that on my thigh instead so I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I was telling my lady, I was like, yeah, I should probably do one leg, even though it's gonna fucking suck, but it's cool. I just don't want to do my foot, even though I probably would do it anyway. So I'm just like, nah, get that shit done. Just do it. But I always do just one sessions. Even like when I did like my arms and stuff, like even chest and stomach was 8 hours. I just sat there. We're still doing shots and stuff like that. But I was just like, I'm not coming back for shading.
Just get it done now.
Well, yeah, my buddy does all my tattoos, and so he's just like, I've always wanted to shave a black man. I was like, bro, you're so stupid. I swear he hates when I shave. He's like, don't pre-shave. And I was like, whoa, calm down. You have a lady. She's over there. She's not supposed to know about our relationship. Okay, stop it.
Stop it. You're gonna get us in trouble.
You're gonna get us caught, bro. And it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be the usual person, but But no. He does all my tattoos. And he's always like, you can always come back. And I was like, bro, do I ever come back? He's like, no, I only see you like once a year. And I was like, I know, that's the point. I only want to see you once for pain, okay? You know what I mean? This BDSM that we have going on is a once in a year lifetime thing. That's it.
Once a year. That's all
once a year. That's it. You get your fix, I get mine. Call it a day. Good.
I even didn't shave just for you.
You know what I mean? Facts. Factuals.
I think you got the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran asks, so did you finally think of a setup you want to use for the squids in HD?
I'm just gonna run the one that you sent me, to be honest. I'm gonna try to run that one. He sent me a loadout that was kind of versatile for when we fight squids or the Illuminate, and it involves a different hand pistol, which I can see why he wanted that one instead. Because I usually use this one called the Senator, so think of it's like a Colt 45, just you know what I mean? Like it hits hard, but it just you have to reload every bullet by itself instead of a clip. But yeah, no, I'm gonna run that one.
I'm assuming this is Helldivers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Also, you're like, I don't give a fuck about that.
I have no idea. I suck. I've been playing RimWorld.
Oh, I seen that game looks fun. I watched another one of my buddies. He's Dutch and he plays that. He plays a lot of builder games, and it's interesting how his mind works. You know what I mean? Like when you see some people play like that or Satisfactory, you're just like,
yeah,
you got a lot going on in there, bro.
Yeah. Because for the longest time, like I was never into those kinds of games, and like I only ever watched Iltacine play like Dyson Sphere Program or those like factory builder, got to have the spreadsheets and stuff, and I never thought that I would ever enjoy RimWorld. And I was just like, what games do we play? So I had Steam up one day, and like we were all looking at games and stuff, and somebody was just like, RimWorld, you would probably like RimWorld. Yeah. And I was like, you know what, fine, I'll buy it. I'll buy RimWorld.
Like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am so addicted. It is not even funny.
It's just proof positive what I've been telling her the longest time. She's smarter than she thinks she is. Yeah. Because games like that appeal to smart people.
Well, not just that. You can't lock yourself into like the games you start with because you never really know. I always say I'm willing to give a game any try. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you why I don't like it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I can't do. I cannot do platformers. I cannot do it. Do not ask me.
Don't buy you Crash Bandicoot. Gotcha.
Do not do that. Do not do that. There's a game out there that I refuse to say its name, even though it's a beautiful game. I hate it. Ori. It's a beautiful game.
That game looks beautiful. Yeah.
It is a beautiful.
Have you played like Grease? That game's beautiful. You should play that. Grease.
Grease.
GRIS.
Huh. I don't know the game.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful game. It goes sideways. But the best way to put it is like as you progress to the story, it introduces more colors like watercolor into the game, and gorgeous. There's also another one that just came out called Neva, and it's along the same feel. But yeah,
is it still a side scroller? Because she won't even touch it. Oh, okay.
It's a side scroller.
I won't touch it. I'm not a big fan of side scrollers either. But
this one is beautiful though because it doesn't have anything to do with talking or anything like that. It's really good music, and it is. If you like art, it definitely has an artistic value to it. I promise. Because I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then I played it, and I was just like, "This is beautiful." Okay, not mad. Because it introduces a new color, so I think like the first color is red, and so drops of red will come in, and then you'll get more colors, blue, yellows, and stuff like that. And so as you can tell, you're getting towards the end when it's getting like a full color of a picture.
Interesting.
Wow,
but it's really interesting.
I can definitely see why a person with the artist's eye that you have would find that appealing for sure.
It's really good because you're sitting here like, okay, I'm playing a black and white game for real. Like, what the fuck is this? And then like you're like, oh wait. This should hit different. Okay. All right. I'm with it. All right.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So you've mentioned that you've done like voice acting.
Yeah.
Like
just for people, not like for anything mainstream that people know of. It's more people need intros, characters, sound effects, stupid shit. You know?
Love it. Cool. Love it. What's your favorite voice to make?
I don't know. Because a lot of the time I don't know where it comes from. Like I'm at work and I do this. I have friends who do voices too, which it makes it not worse. It makes it good, but not good because we're at work. And so like one of my buddies, his name is Dustin. And so sometimes we'll be like pirates all fucking day. Or we'll be like, we're in Camelot or some medieval situation. And it just goes from there. And then like when his girlfriend used to work there, it would just be the three of us. And then like, you'll hear other people doing shit or we just make noises, mine. And you hear something like, mine. You know what I mean? And so it's just like it's really hard because sometimes we'll just be talking about a show or a movie, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, but then he was like, you know what? I have no idea what you're gonna do with your life. Possibly, maybe Saturday." You know what I mean? Otherwise, like there was
Yes.
a situation we started playing a game. What's the game called? Um, we were playing this game. It's like 9 ball roulette, right? It's somewhere on one of my things. I think it's somewhere on YouTube or whatever. And we were playing that game, and so we started. I have no idea how it happened, but there's a group I play with. It's called Black, and it's a lot of Black creators, and we play these games to play together. And we are playing 9 ball roulette, and for whatever reason, we started doing voices. And the whole point was to get someone out of character. If you can get someone from pulling out of whoever they're acting, good. Even though we're still playing this game, and mind you, like when I started creating my video for it, I got Arthur Morgan, but I gave him 360 waves. I don't know if you guys know what 360 waves are, but if you ever look online, 360 waves is when someone who has a wave cap and they have really nice waves, it goes in a 360 degree. So it's actually from their crest all the way to the front. And so I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours making Arthur Morgan a black guy in a suit. And so I was literally doing a voice for it, and I have no idea because I started doing improv while recording this video, and I was like, why am I doing this right now? And I'm like, fuck it, I have to finish this because I made this character up in my mind and I need to see it through. I get to those points where I'm like, I don't know why, but I have to do it. And so
Yep.
I literally made him a Western guy for whatever reason, but it was fun for me. I don't know. I liked
That's
it.
awesome, dude. That you would totally be great at D&D, I think.
I'm just saying it's somewhere there on YouTube Shorts. I have no idea. I can't remember. I just do all kinds of shit, but it's there.
Right
I love
on.
it.
Well,
Because I also have a lot of voices and stuff that I love to do all the time. And one of my coworkers and I basically exclusively talk to each other like this. Just like this.
yes, the Goblin Patrol.
That's hilarious.
It's just literally like
Like, come here, what you doing? Come here. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so fun and I love it so much. Shout out
That's
to
for
her. Love her so
Druid
much.
releasing her inner gremlin. You know, Gremlins is a
Always.
good movie. Okay.
Yep.
Always.
So, sadly, we're getting close to the time to wrap up the show. So this is where I would like to have you, our good friend double0fasho, share, highlight us something, share us a tidbit of wisdom or comedy or both that you want to stand out.
I mean, in short, I think it's fun to just do what you want to do and do what you like to do, as long as it doesn't kind of hit any barriers of morality or ethics. I think you're fine. Don't be afraid to take the time to find your voice. Don't expect to find what you're gonna do or be successful within the year. Like it happens for some people, and I think that's like luck of the draw. But when it comes to this content stuff, consistency and hard work will always get you through. Because at the end of the day, when you're consistent and hardworking, the biggest focus is that you're proud, and people will find your content and people will comment or they'll talk to you about it. Like I get people who say like, "Yo, I seen your video." Like I have coworkers on TikTok who'll be like, "Yo, I seen your video. You're fucking stupid." You know what I mean? Or people from a lot. I mean, think about it. We're in a market where you can be seen globally, and so, like I said, use your analytics so that you can see like how far is your reach really. It's a big ego boost in a sense to see that there's people over in fucking Russia or Southeast Asia like watching your stuff. Like even if it's one, I think it's always a plus. Like if you can get one person looking at your stuff, that means you're doing something right. And if you get a hater, you're still doing something right.
Agreed.
I don't know if you guys know who Money Mike is or what's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now? It's probably because I'm drinking. I don't know. There's a comedian, and he's always like, you know what? The more haters you have in life, the better you're doing because someone wants to see you fail, and it's always okay if they're hating on you. Because guess what? It means you're doing something right and someone wants what you have. Either they're jealous or envious. And the difference between jealousy and envy is jealousy, people just want what you want. Envy, people are trying to take what you have. And so you just got to go with it. Just don't be discouraged. Surround yourself with people who are trying to do or at least have the worth ethic that you're trying to put out. And that way you can encourage each other. Be honest. with yourself, be honest with other people, and let people be honest with you without your feelings being involved. Don't take anything online serious. It's just online. At the end of the day, online can go away tomorrow. And what are you going to do? Nothing.
Yeah.
So who cares? Who gives a fuck?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. And I can picture in my head, I think I know which comedian you talk about, but I can't remember his name either.
That's why I'm like, I can't remember it, but it's the guy who played in Friday.
Wasn't he the one that was in wasn't he in a season of the Star Wars show?
Money Mike. I can find it right now. Money Mike. There he is. Cat Williams. There we go. It's Cat Williams. Sorry.
Oh.
I had to think about it. So Cat Williams said it best. He said, if you got haters, like you doing something right, he's like, feel free to hate on me, baby. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's my thing. If I've had haters come in and they say shit all the time, or like I hate the music that you're playing, I was like, then fucking leave.
Bye.
You know what I mean? Don't feel that you have to be afraid of speaking out. Do it in a way that's tasteful. Be tasteful, because what you do will always be on the internet. But you don't have to take shit from anybody. I don't. I mean, my chat knows, like, I'll say fuck you to anybody. And I'll tell you, I don't give a flying fuck how you feel. Sorry. Sucks to suck.
It sucks to suck. I tell people, I always tell people, I'm like, I mean, I think it's funny, but like my moderators have more power than me, and if they don't like you, that's on you.
Also, don't think that you have to mod everybody, or just because someone comes to your chat like, hey, can I be your mod? Can I be this? No, you don't have to tell anybody anything. Do what works for you. It's your channel. At the end of the day, it's yours.
Yes.
You own it. And guess what? You own it, which means everyone represents you. So what is it that you want to put out there? And if they're not like in line with you, you're doing yourself a disservice. Just be you. Don't worry about other people. It doesn't work. It doesn't. You'll be tired. You'll hate streaming. And if you don't feel like streaming, don't stream. Play only games that you want to play, not what people want you to play. I mean, otherwise you're just going to be tired out. Like, I don't want to do this. And I don't feel like streaming because I'm not having fun, because it should be fun. And I mean, and if you believe in any spirits, highly God or whatever, it's always the fact that when you do things you love, monetary or of some type of blessing will come your way when you do things that you enjoy. There's no way that you can do something without something pushing you forward or backing you up in some sense. Like I said, I don't know. If you do believe in God, I do personally. And I know that whatever I put my mind to or that's in me to do, there's going to be some kind of help. Even if it's not money, I be getting free games. So I would say that's monetary because I'm not paying for it. So God is good. Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your words of wisdom and your comedic genius, sir. I appreciate you.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been such a good time. Like
so good.
I would love to do this again. Like I would absolutely love to do this again, or at least play Dungeons and Dragons where we can just like fool around and be stupid.
Or both, perhaps. We'll definitely be talking to you about that.
100%. Don't worry. You've made it on lists.
Indeed.
For stuff.
Yes, you have.
So.
All right.
Let's go.
Thank you again. It's been our honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my
God. That time went by so damn quick. I knew it would. As soon as we were chatting with him during the pre-show, I was like, man, this is going to go by so fast because he's so interesting and entertaining, and we need lots more people who can make you laugh so much on Twitch. So everybody go support our buddy double0fasho and get him lifted up, because he's exactly the kind of folk that we like to highlight on Twitch. Speaking of other cool people that we like to highlight on Twitch, who we got on next week, Druid?
Beats by Cameron.
Oh, hell yeah. I think he goes by Cam mostly from everybody, so that's awesome. Guys, come check him out, and it's going to be a treat. And D&D is back on again tomorrow, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right. So be sure to come check out. I'm pretty sure we're on episode 48 of Dragon Metal Saga at 3:30 Central Time. So guys, come check it out. And then, of course, we'll be doing our regular stream stuff next week. So
I'll be back. Next week.
Yes. Now that you're feeling better. So glad you're feeling better. sad to not see you because you've been feeling sick. But
yeah.
stuff happens. All righty. You ready to wrap this?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Okay. Thank you for coming to the show.
Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below.
And if you're listening to the podcast,
please rate and review the episode.
We are Bandwidth
and Banter.
Thank you.
And good night.
Bye.